Hi everybody, here is your Master Division Coastal Horizons 9-hole Cup Tournament Wind play-through, free-to-play balls only, here on the BK Golf Clash YouTube channel. Please hit thumbs up, helps me out a lot here on YouTube. If you're new here, very warm welcome. Make sure you're subscribed as well. Replays and adjustments for all 9 holes, tweaks where necessary. We have some reference drops on some of the holes for you to build from. And remember, you can use this video for the entire duration of the tournament. Qualifying rounds and final round all have the same wind directions due to the steady wind modifier. Remember, you will need to tweak according to wind angle variance and strength variance, as well as your club's balls and play style. But these free-to-play shots will give you a very good starting point indeed. Here we go. We find our position at P6 max rest with a Kingmaker, then yellow ring touching the rough on the left with APOC 5 and 6. Different club levels will have different accuracy. 3.5 backspin. I'm a bit light on it, so let's say 3.4 is what I go with in the video. You can tweak from there if you want to be closer to the pin. And 3 left spin. Now, I actually use a Kingmaker X. You don't have to do that, but if you can swap to a higher power ball, as long as it has wind 6 and at least side spin 6, it will give you a better chance of hitting perfect. Max plus 10, P6. Full overpower, a little bit of a shake with a power 8 ball. Kingmaker will be fairly shaky though. Try and hit perfect. Heavy great right or too much curl will hit the tree though. We want to go with half a ball of left curl only. Bit more backspin will get you closer to the hole, but either way, an easy wedge or an easy putt for your eagle. On this par 3, we're going to play with the quarterback and a Kingmaker, adding spin first, and you can see here in the video I'm playing with 0.8 bars of backspin only, no side spin. And then we find our position with spin added, yellow ring touching the rough, and the ball guide is going to be missing the right edge of the cup as shown there, going a little bit beyond, but if you've got your backspin right, all you have to do is worry about aiming just right of the cup. Adjustment here is minimum distance with 10% elevation, and we are playing power 6 numbers here. Power 6 numbers because that matches the ball that we're using. Then it's time to take our shot. You can see there I'm finding the point where the circle breaks on overpower, and that is what I'm going with. So this is circle break overpower, still easy to hit perfect because we're not at max distance of our club. We bounce in the rough very nicely, catch the funnel, just needed to aim a little bit further to the right hand side on this occasion. We're going to set up with the quarterback on this par 5, P6 max rest, blue ring touching the rough on the right. Then we swap to our APOC bag and we want the sniper for the second shot. 5.8 top spin, 3 bars side spin to the right. Adjustment here is maximum distance with 5% elevation. I'm using power 6 numbers. No need to worry about ring references with your Apocalypse. That's why we start with the quarterback, because then of course most people have got that club rather than different levels of APOC. So nice and easy, make sure you've got your bags set up accordingly. Then we go with 1 ball of curl to the right. Look at the edge of the Kingmaker, touching the outside wall of the adjustment ring. Full overpower, and it's going to be a nice slow needle. So plenty of good opportunities here to hit perfect with that needle speed. Bouncing over very nicely, and the top spin takes us down towards the bunker side there, around 365 yards. Second shot, move the bullseye up over the fringe where it meets the green, in line with the pin, and look at your plus yards. Plus 6 here would be equivalent to plus 8 with sniper level 9. Then I add my spin. I'm going to go with 3.8 backspin and 1 bar side spin to the left, and we're aiming here. Offsetting the ball guide, you can see just over 1 green square to the right of the flag, because the wind is going to push us a little bit. This will need a tweak, however. This is unfortunately a miss, but you can just build this miss into your aim and kind of edit the offset used in the video and try and get a bit closer, if not in. But the reference of what I'm doing in the video here, for a plus 6 fringe check, I play 39% slider with 10% elevation, and we're pulling twice over the bullseye. You should do the same as well to be consistent. Then we just have to center the ball and hit perfect. There's no curl or no overpower here. Obviously, if you're building in tweaks, you might want to incorporate some minor clicks of curl or OP as you go. But the first thing I would change is just to change the aim point here. I would rather you aim directly at the pin. If you are enjoying the free content here on the channel and want to help out and keep everything free, then please consider making a small donation. All donations are gratefully received and help me out here on the channel, as all of the content here is produced for free in my own spare time. You can do that in one of three ways. You can hit the thanks button here on YouTube, you can make a PayPal donation via the link in the description down below, or you can also join us over on Patreon. Details at the end of the video. This is an NMT drive, so it will load in the middle of that island in the bunker with the APOC and the correct ball selected. We are going to go here with 5.8 top spin and 1 bar of right spin. Now, I've got a precision luminary. Obviously, that isn't free to play, but a standard luminary is considered free to play in the game because you can win them for free. So hopefully you've got some. If not, this is going to be a very, very tough hole for you. So I really would encourage you to spend a luminary. Once you've added your spin, we adjust max plus 10, power 10 numbers, and then we are going to take our shot. I'm going with outer wall curl to the right, and then we're going with circle drop over power. It's nice to have the precision on if you can, but it's not going to be horrendous if you don't have the precision. A normal luminary will be absolutely fine. We want to bounce on that island. It's very difficult to be consistent here if you're a little bit off with your adjustment, or you hit a great ball, you're going to get a weird bounce. But hopefully you're going to get some consistency with a practice token or two. Back fringe check you want to make with your blue ring. So it's going to be a blue fringe check. Top of the blue ring touching the fringe where it meets the green, in line with the pin. Then we're adding spin. You could see there just over 1 back spin and some left spin as well. And you want to get in the funnel here. You can see I'm moving left and right, and the tip of the ball guide is staying at the pin. Now, unfortunately, this one just misses the right edge. So as a preliminary tweak, I would suggest maybe going with a few clicks of left curl. See if you can bring that one in. If not, then you could always tweak the spin and aim at the left edge of the cup. Make sure you're still in that funnel and try and play it plain ball. And then if that still misses, then you might want to add some curl as well. But a couple of options for you to have a go with here. For a +8 blue ring fringe check, playing it 26% slider, 15% elevation, and then we just got to hit perfect. Like I said, a few tweaks there you can work with, but the speed is very good on this occasion though, just missing out to the right hand side. Hole in one here, playing the rough bump with our sniper and a kingmaker even in this nasty wind angle. We're going to go with 4 top spin and 1 bar of left spin. Once we've added spin, I'm having the yellow ring touching the rough, the top left of it, and then you can see that ball guide is just favouring the left of the cup. It is going over the cup, but there's a little bit of the cup on the right hand side that isn't covered by the ball guide, and we're looking at these really small details up in Master to try and get these shots to drop. So make sure you take a token or two and get this set up exactly right. Mid plus 15, power 6 numbers is the adjustment we're going with. And you can see here I'm making my adjustment. It's going to be slightly over the bullseye on both occasions. And then it's time to take our shot. Because we're playing into headwind, I go with just before circle drop over power to make sure we're not going to land too short. Hitting perfect, and it lands in the rough. Minor greats either side will be safe, and we get that nice flat roll out, and we glance the pin and drop for the hole in one. On this par 5, we're going to play an NMT drive with our APOC, and we're going to go sniper second shot. We're playing with 4 top spin and 2 bars of left spin, and then we just adjust. So it loads in the correct position. You don't need to worry about that. Make sure, though, you've got your apocalypse ready. Adjustment here is maximum distance with 0 elevation. Okay, max plus 0, and that's using power 6 numbers. You will have to zoom out quite a bit to see the rings here because those trees are otherwise in the way. Full overpower, it's a very slow needle, so easy to hit perfect, and we're playing with outer wall curl to the left, lining up the edge of the kingmaker with the outside wall of the adjustment ring on the left hand side. A great ball to the left might clip the rough, but it should roll out, so try not to hit a great left. But great right will be safe. Drive distance of around 350 yards. Second shot, we're finding the minimum distance line, and I'm always going to push up a total of 10 rings. So 5 at a time, Then I'm adding spin, hoping to get into a funnel here. We need a small tweak though. I'm playing with 3.2 backspin, and you can see there, that is where the funnel is going to be, hoping that the wind is going to push me that final half a green square in towards the flag. So that's the reason I set up like that. Now, if I'm pushing up 10 rings from min, I'm going to play 25% slider. It's about 2.5% per ring. We're going to play 10% elevation here, but as I said, does need a little bit of a tweak to try and get this one to drop, but it is something for you to work with. And if that doesn't drop, then of course you've got a very safe eagle here. No need to go super aggressive on the drive with the kingmaker. So we're playing our shot. Now I go with just before circle break underpower just to try and counter the slight tailwind we have. Let's see how it works out though. Hitting perfect, of course, which is the last part of the equation. And we're rolling onto the green very nicely. Just going to miss though to the left hand side. So I would suggest a few clicks of right curl to get that one to drop. Now, although you can support us financially on Patreon, you can also join as a free member. If you do that, you will get bonus master level text guide content from the Coalition. They produce text guides for free every tournament, free to play balls, and we send those out when they do so. And they very kindly agreed to let me share their archives of all the courses used in this season of Quick Nines for you all to use, because there may be some wind angles that you get as part of the Quick Nines that they have in their archive. So you will receive those if you join us as a free member on our Patreon. Got an eagle to show you here in this crosswind, a little bit of headwind. We're going to play quarterback and sniper. P6 minimum distance line, blue ring touching the rough on the left hand side. We're going with 1.5 backspin and 3 bars of side spin to the left. Adjustment here, very simple, minimum distance, 10% elevation. Now you're going to need a pen and paper here to write down your drive distance, because we're going to use that to work out our adjustment on the approach. So I'm lining up here, we're using the top of the ball to make my adjustment on the rings, because I don't use grid lines. Just around 9.5 rings for me. Obviously always use a calculator yourself, get your rings correct. Centre the ball and hit perfect. And we're using the quarterbacks. It's a nice accurate club, no need to worry there about hitting minor great balls either side, going to be safe. Perfect ball away. This is always going to be around the 250 yard mark. On this occasion we were at 247. The replay on this approach comes from a drive of 248. It was a different shot, a different attempt on this one, which is why I'm using a different ball. We're playing with 4 backspin and 0.2 bars of side spin to the left. And I'm setting up here to have the tip of the ball guide with spin added down the middle of that dark green square column, which is about 3 green squares to the left of the pin. I was out of plus yards, which is why I used drive distance. You could use landing position. I was just before +1 here, but for 248, playing it 70% slider, 0 elevation, 1 pull over the bullseye, 2nd pull to the bullseye, and then it's time to hit perfect. You don't need a precision ball. You can play this with a regular kingmaker, so don't worry about the fact I'm using a precision ball here. This is still considered a free-to-play shot. Bouncing onto the green, and then we're dropping this one right at pin for the eagle. This is a very tough par 3. I'm going to give you a start point here, and you can obviously tweak from there. With the quarterback level 10, this is max backspin and 3 right spin. And then I'm setting up looking at the tip of the ball guide. This is a difficult one to find some consistency on. It is a very hard hole. But look at the tip of the ball guide. It's about 4 green squares short and aiming to the right-hand side of that dark green square column. Pause the video, count up those squares just to double check. It was just an estimation from me, and you will need to tweak this anyway. So if possible, view this replay on a different device when you're practicing, and try and replicate and just move your aim point accordingly. It is a notoriously tough par 3 though. We're going to get close with the kingmaker, but in all honesty this is not a hole that I would be pursuing a free-to-play drop. If you get it, then consider yourself very, very fortunate indeed. It is a true bonus, but it's a tough hole for free-to-play. Simple 1-to-1 adjust, so just adjust the same number of rings as the wind strength that you are getting. Just need to aim either a little bit further to the right or try some right curl to get that one in. On this par 5, we're going to play with a Berserker going to make use of the tailwind. P10, max rest, blue ring touching the rough with APOC 5 and 6. Then we add 5.8 topspin. And then I'm going with half a bar of side spin to the right, just to counter the wind push, because that's going to take us further forward, but also to the left, according to our wind angle. Adjustment here, max plus 0, power 10 numbers. Now, if you've got APOC 4, you will set up 1.7 rings into overpower, and you would have 30% of the blue ring overlapping the rough. After you adjust, you would then need to push up 7 yards or 1.6 rings. But you can still play the shot. Full overpower, it's a slow needle and will probably be pretty slow with APOC 4 as well. No curl, just try and hit perfect. And we bounce here over the water and the rough. And we're rolling down the middle of the fairway. And drive distance here is going to be around 435. Second shot with the Grizzly, we're going to go for a rough bump, and we're going to make a pin check. So I have the bullseye over the pin, that gives me plus 11 with Grizzly 9, that will be plus 14 with Grizzly 8. Make sure though you've got enough topspin. I need to check if Grizzly 8 has that topspin available. So just check that one if you're going to practice this one. Grizzly 9 is fine, it's max topspin, and you can see here no side spin. Tip of the ball guide is just passing the right edge of the cup, or rather the left edge of the ball guide is touching the right edge of the cup. It does need a small tweak here though, but it's something for you to work with. Now I pull the first 10 rings here, then I turn my aim point round and push the rest. It's not the most accurate way of doing it, but it was just in the time I had available, something I had a quick look at. It would be best if you could push all of the rings, so I would recommend you do that for consistency, otherwise you might be getting your pull angle wrong or your push angle wrong. It's difficult to pull all the rings though, because you have to zoom out and the bushes are then in the way. Small tweak needed, but this is a very, very close attempt. 30% slider, 0 elevation. It is 2% per yard is what I'd be playing with the long iron. And you can see here, unfortunately, we need to either tweak our aim or adjust a little bit more to get the albatross. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.